Have you received any clarity at all today?
Yes.
Do you feel more ready to just be nicer to yourself and just allow more good things to flow to you?
Yes.
Do you feel less necessary to justify or defend or earn the well-being? Does it feel to you like the flood is flowing to you?
Absolutely.
And are you ready to bring the umbrella or the shield down and just let it flow?
Yeah.
So what are the techniques that would allow that? Well, they are as simple as anything that feels good to you. It really is that. But let's talk about, if your purpose is joy, and the reason that it's a good thing for you to focus upon that being your purpose is because that means you've found a way to allow yourself to be the full and complete receiver of all of the wonderful things that you deserve and all of the wonderful things that you've become. Did you hear how big that statement was? The things that you've been asking for, that you've put into your vortex, begin flowing in a steady stream into your experience. And so you call that manifestation. We call that the natural rhythm. So is that clear?
Yes.
You create the atmosphere of joy one way or another. You just figure it out. Just figure it out. Don't ask us how to do it. Look at stuff and it feels joyful. Keep looking at it. And if it doesn't, look somewhere else. And just keep looking around until you find things that feel good. Think thoughts until you find some that feel good. And when you find some that feel good, remember them. Remember them. Esther found a new app. She was so excited to find it because she's spread out all over the place. And the app is, where is it? Where is it? And so, well, there it is. So now where's my phone that has the app in it that says, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Well, she wants to remember where she's put things, and we want you to remember the things that you found here. So what's the purpose of life?
Joy.
And where do you find that? Well, you got to kind of look for it at first, but you find it in not complicated places. Don't look for it in those hard relationships. And don't look for it in the government. Don't look for it there. And don't look for it on CNN either. In other words, look for it in logical places. Look for it in nature. You'll always find it there.
Outdoors,
look for it in shore places. In other words, look for it where you think it might be. Look for it where you think it might be. And why are you looking for it where you think it might be? Because you want to find it. Don't look for it where you're not going to find it. Look for it where you're very sure that it's going to be. Where you going? I'm looking for joy. Where is it? It's around. Well, how are you going to find it? I'm looking in all the easy to find places. I'm looking in the logical places. When you go into your kitchen and you need a frying pan, do you look in the refrigerator for it? Do you look in the wastebasket? Don't you look in the logical place for it? Don't you kind of pretty much know where things logically are? We know you live with some unreasonable people, and sometimes things aren't where they logically should be. We know that every analogy is a little off in some ways. So what's the purpose of life? And are there easy to find places of that? And is it a manifestation that is evident to you? Can't you feel it? And what happens when you focus upon something for just a little while?
Easier.
Momentum ensues and it becomes bigger. And so isn't it logical that if you look for joy and find it and care about it and acknowledge it, that you would feel the inspiration to express it, to talk about it, to acknowledge it, and then doesn't that mean the momentum will become more and more? In other words, there isn't anything that you have come to the conclusion that you want that we weren't there every step of the way as you were coming to those decisions and conclusions. The only difference between you and your human form and us as we stand in our non-physicalness is that with each thing that you ask for, we receive it fully and don't contradict it with a belief that does not allow it to sustain. In other words, we're cleaning up the vibration as we receive it. And you all let momentum get going pretty good before you try. Can you feel the difference in that? Yeah. That's why if you meditate and you feel good and you move out into the day and you start not feeling so good, you're more likely to change your focus of attention in order to maintain your feeling good. Have we convinced you? Do you believe this at all? Do you believe that feeling good is an advantage?
Yes. Yes.
So do you feel good for the advantage it brings you? This is a trick question. Be careful. Or do you feel good because it feels good to feel good? That's the right answer. In other words, it feels good to feel good. And the reason it feels good to feel good is because when you feel good, all of you is there feeling good. You're not keeping any of you out. You're not blocking yourself from the clarity and the well-being and the stamina and all of the stuff that source energy is. The energy that creates worlds is flowing to you and through you. And when you feel emotionally good, you're allowing it, you see. We think that's a big deal. We think feeling good should be such a dominant intention that if somebody comes to you complaining, you just say to them, hey, 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 I love you. Goodbye. I want to feel good, and I can't feel good. And isn't it interesting how they seem to demand your attention? Hey, you listening to me? Not really. Not really. I got my headphones on, a neck pillow around my neck. I want you to hear what I'm saying. I know, I just don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. And we know you feel that you will be socially unacceptable. It's sort of what we were talking about a little bit ago, because people have things that they need. The world around you needs you to perform certain conditions in order for them to feel good. How's that working out for you? That's really the thing that you have to ask yourself. If you are not selfish enough and you are self-oriented, if you're not selfish enough to align with the total self that is you, you've got nothing to give. You came for joyous expansion, you see. So you're going to have to train those around you a little bit to understand who you know yourself to be. That you are pure positive energy and you like it that way. And you are a lover of unconditional love and you like it that way. And it won't be long before you will have trained yourself into this frequency that then you can move among any conditions and not lose your balance. We're not trying to get you to make everybody go away and go live in a hole and hide yourself in a corner away for 11 days from everything else. We're not trying to get you to do that. What we really want you to do is to find your balance and then get out there with a vibration that is so well practiced that it doesn't matter what comes your way. Your alignment with source energy is dominant. You know, that's what's going on your planet. You freak each other out unnecessarily. But your planet is spinning in its orbit in perfect proximity to other planets and will continue to be so longer than you can do the math. The becoming of this time-space reality is improvement. You are not devolving, you are evolving. Source energy is with you, you see. Now you can find nitpicking things and use them as your reason to deprive yourself of your share of this alignment that's right there flowing to you and through you. But enough of you cannot get pinched off from it to have any effect on the well-being that is dominant. You can only deprive yourself of it. You will never deprive the whole. We've been saying for a while that the purpose of life is joy. Yes. The basis of life is freedom. But the purpose is joy. The result is never-ending expansion. But people get that all mixed up. They think the purpose is expansion. So they think the purpose of life is expansion, therefore I should try and offer effort at all costs. When their goal or their purpose is expansion, then they disconnect from their awareness of their guidance system. Where if your purpose is joy, then you never disconnect from your awareness of where you stand, and then you experience the inevitable expansion. You see, you're so free you can choose bondage. So freedom is really an interesting thing. You're so free that you can think whatever thought you want. You can establish any vibrational point of attraction that you give your attention to. Freedom, it just is. You are free. No one is vibrating for you. No one is emitting signals for you. Oh, there is influence, but that's all about your giving your attention to something. It's about you tuning into it. In other words, it's like just because the radio station is broadcasting doesn't mean you have to hear it in your car. You got to turn something on and you got to tune to it. In other words, it's not asserting itself into your realization unless you do some tuning. So there are a lot of people that are doing a lot of tuning, not even knowing they're doing the tuning, and then complaining about what they've tuned into and wanting it to go away. And we say, that's really going about it the hard way, because now you've got to control the whole world, and you can't. You don't even know what you want from the whole world. But when your purpose is joy, now you are at the place that you will tune yourself into the frequency that allows you all of this. We're glad that that was inspired to you. We're glad that you received that clarification, because it's a really good place to insert something so poignant and perfect into this conversation. You are magnificent receivers of wonderful things, but most people don't know it. And so we want to find a way of soothing you into you letting the good stuff that you deserve and that you've been asking for and that you've identified come to you. But you're hard to soothe because you've got so many preconceived notions of who you are and so many preconceived notions of what you should be doing, that when we say to you that your singular work is to find a way to soothe yourself right now into letting all of the goodness in, it doesn't seem enough for you, because a lot of times you feel like you've been sitting there and it hasn't been coming, but you've been sitting there in a resistant vibration, and you don't need to do that anymore. Isn't that good to know? Only thing that slows momentum is contradictory thought. Resistance is the only thing that slows momentum. Mm-hmm. So if you are aware of the way you're feeling, and the way to speed momentum is by reducing resistance. And the way to speed resistance is to become more specific. The way to slow resistance is to become more general. Mm-hmm. So you be general when you feel resistance. You become specific when you feel no resistance. You become general when you feel resistance. You become specific when you feel no resistance. Until soon you can feel yourself just moving this along. You get to decide how fast you go. Esther loves that. She loves having a vehicle that will go as fast as she dares go. In control. That was the physical exhilarating feeling about that Audi R8. And the words that she said when somebody said, how is it? She said, I can put it anywhere I mean to put it, anytime I mean to put it there. If there's a little hole there, I can get in it. Mm-hmm. Right. I can get in it because it has the agility and it has the speed. It has everything it needs for me to put it where I mean to put it. The other day she was driving it, there was traffic, and she wanted to be way over there, and she thought, maybe not, because it would have needed to fly across the, she thought, my first limitation. But you get what we're talking about.
Yes.
It's the awareness of where you are and the realization of where your power is. Let's say it to you this way. The energy that creates worlds is the power. And it's all queued up, and it's at a very high frequency and speed, and it can accomplish anything.
Right.
So what you're talking about as a utilizer of this current or energy is effectively using it to the degree of your ability to receive it and direct it.
Yes, yes.
So it's not about the power itself, it's infinite. It's about your ability to focus it within the confines of your understood limitations. Ooh. And your limitations can become more understood by you if you are emotionally savvy, if you are emotionally aware.
Right.
So it really boils down to something as simple as, if it feels good, give it more attention. If it feels not good, give it less attention.
Absolutely.
And the less good it feels, the less attention you want to give it. So actually what we're talking about in this unconditional love, we're wanting you to guide yourself into attention to conditions that are wobble-free. In other words, it's about offering attention to something that allows the fullness of you to flow.
Right.
We've offered an analogy for a long time. If you're going 100 miles an hour and you hit a tree, it's a big problem. If you're going 5 miles an hour and you hit a tree, it's not such a big problem. So if there are trees that you haven't dealt with, slow down. Slow down. But once the trees are out of the way, then go have fun. It really is about that.
Yes.
Clear enough?
Absolutely.
We think this is a really good time for a segment of refreshment.
Absolutely.